An audio exploration of On Top of Tides, How Tech Giants Shape the World. On Top of Tides is an epic tale of the rise and fall of tech giants, with global sales exceeding 1 million copies, reshaping countless perspectives on the IT industry. Why has this book become essential reading for tech enthusiasts and business professionals alike? How does it, in just a few hundred pages, decode Silicon Valley's tumultuous half-century journey? Today, let's dive into On Top of Tides to uncover the secrets of tech waves and the logic behind the giants' triumphs and failures. 1. The author's mission, from engineer to chronicler of history. To grasp the book's allure, we must first understand its author, a seasoned Silicon Valley tech expert. Not a traditional historian, he blends an engineer's precision with a scholar's insight to paint a grand portrait of the IT industry. Educated in computer science at a top Chinese university, he later pursued studies in the US and worked at tech giants like Google. He witnessed the frenzy and collapse of the dot-com bubble and Google's ascent from startup to global titan. This unique experience allows him to dissect technical details while viewing industry shifts from a historical perspective. The book stems from a profound question: why do some companies ride the waves to greatness while others fade into obscurity? From his Silicon Valley vantage point, he observed that the IT industry's cycles follow distinct patterns. He likens these patterns to tides, a confluence of technology, commerce, and human nature driving industry ebbs and flows. His goal is not just to chronicle tech history but to offer readers a beacon to navigate future trends. First published in 2011 amid the smartphone revolution and the Apple-Google rivalry, the book captured a pivotal moment. It spans from the early 20th century electrical revolution to the internet era's peak battles, told in an engaging, story-driven style. The revised edition includes insights on cloud computing and AI, making it a living history that evolves with the times. This shift from technical to historical perspective runs through the book's core. The author is not just a recorder but a thinker, using data and cases to unpack the underlying logic of tech tides. Through stories and characters, he reveals humanity's struggles and choices within these tides. This dual narrative of analysis and storytelling gives the book both academic depth and gripping tension. Behind the writing lies a deeper motive. In an interview, the author shared that each tech wave carries the dreams and setbacks of countless entrepreneurs. Aims to honor unsung innovators who, though not immortalized, paved the way for progress. This human touch elevates the book beyond cold analysis into a warm, epic saga. 2. The Path of the Tides, from electricity to artificial intelligence. To understand the book, we must grasp the concept of tides. The author divides a century of IT history into 3 major waves, each reshaping technology and commerce. These waves are not just technological leaps but intersections of economics, human ambition, and societal change. The first wave, the dawn of electricity and computing. In the early 20th century, the electrical revolution laid the foundation for the IT industry. The author begins with AT&T and IBM, 2-century-old giants that pioneered the information age. AT&T's Bell Labs invented the transistor and birthed Unix and the C language, the cradle of modern computing. IBM dominated early computing with mainframes, its System 360 series pioneering modular design. Yet, giants' glory often sows seeds of decline. AT&T's monopoly blinded it to the internet's potential, leading to its breakup in the 1980s. IBM, tied to mainframes, missed the personal computer wave. The author uses path dependence to explain this. Companies clinging to past successes struggle with disruptive innovation, a recurring theme. Take IBM's PC business. In 1981, it launched the personal computer, dominating the market. But to speed up production, IBM relied on Intel for chips and Microsoft for software. This choice, though pragmatic, empowered Intel and Microsoft, relegating IBM to a supporting role. The author notes the irony of tech history: victors often pave the way for others. Bell Labs' legend shines through the 1947 invention of the transistor by Shockley, Bardeen, and Brattain. This tiny device shifted computing from vacuum tubes to semiconductors, sparking Silicon Valley's chip industry. A telling detail, Shockley's abrasive personality led him to found a company that failed, but his students launched Intel and AMD, pillars of the chip industry. This trajectory from breakthrough to industry transformation defines the first wave's lasting impact. The second wave, the surge of personal computers and the Internet. In the 1980s, personal computers triggered the second wave. Apple and Microsoft emerged as twin stars. Apple's Macintosh, with its graphical interface and sleek design, set the standard for user experience. Microsoft's Windows and Office, with their open compatibility, dominated software. The two companies embodied contrasting philosophies, Apple's pursuit of perfection and control versus Microsoft's focus on standardization and openness. Through Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, the author explores how personality and strategy clashed. Gates, a rational strategist, seized IBM's partnership to make MS-DOS the industry standard. Jobs, a romantic perfectionist, drove Apple's early 1980s success but was ousted due to internal strife. By the 1990s, Microsoft's market value dwarfed Apple's, with Gates seemingly victorious. Yet tides turn unexpectedly. In 1997, Jobs returned to Apple, launching the iMac, iPod, and iPhone, redefining consumer electronics. Apple's comeback, the author argues, stemmed from Jobs' obsession with blending technology and humanity, paired with keen insight into user needs. Microsoft, slow to adapt to mobile internet, missed the smartphone era. The internet's rise marked another peak of the second wave. The author highlights Yahoo, Amazon, and Google, tracing their paths from garage startups to world changers. Yahoo, once synonymous with web portals, faded due to strategic missteps. Amazon, starting as an online bookstore, became a retail and tech titan through cloud computing and logistics. Google, built on its search algorithm, created an empire of ads and data. The author emphasizes that internet companies thrive on platformization, leveraging network effects to lock in users and developers. Cisco, another key player, provided the internet's backbone with routers and switches. In the 1990s, Cisco's market value briefly surpassed Microsoft's, but the 2000 dot-com crash exposed its overexpansion. The author notes Cisco's lesson: technical prowess must align with market rhythms to withstand tidal shifts. The third wave, mobile and intelligent futures. In the 21st century, mobile internet and AI launched the third wave. Smartphones became the new computing platform, with Apple's iPhone and Google's Android dominating. The iPhone's 2007 launch, the author argues, redefined markets by integrating hardware, software, and ecosystems, toppling Nokia and BlackBerry. Nokia, once the mobile king, clung to its Symbian system and missed touchscreens and apps, leading to its acquisition by Microsoft. AI's rise marks a new chapter in the third wave. Google's AlphaGo defeating Go champion Lee Sedol in 2018 signaled AI's shift from theory to practice. The author examines how Google, Amazon, and Tesla are reshaping search, retail, and automotive industries with AI. Google's Transformer model revolutionized natural language processing, Amazon's AWS powers AI startups, and Tesla embeds AI in self-driving cars. But challenges loom: data privacy, algorithmic bias, and monopoly concerns test tech giants. In the 2020s, Google and Amazon faced antitrust lawsuits, reflecting society's wariness of tech power. Cloud computing's rise, led by AWS since 2006, transformed enterprise IT. A case in point, in 2010 Netflix, on the brink of collapse due to server issues, was saved by AWS's scalable computing, now running entirely on its platform. Shows how cloud computing reshapes not just IT but business models, enabling small firms to rival giants. Chinese firms like Huawei and ByteDance also shine in this wave. Huawei's 5 grams in smartphones challenged Apple and Samsung, despite geopolitical hurdles. ByteDance's TikTok, with its algorithm-driven content, conquered global social media. The author credits China's scale and rapid iteration but notes challenges in globalization and privacy. 3. The stage of heroes dancing with the tides. If tides are the skeleton of tech history, its heroes are the flesh and blood. The author's vivid stories show how individuals rise and fall with the waves. Bill Gates, the rational conqueror. Bill Gates symbolizes the second wave. His story began in a Harvard dorm, co-founding Microsoft with Paul Allen in 1975 to seize the PC opportunity. A pivotal moment, in 1980, Gates acquired SeedIOS, transforming it into MS-DOS to power IBM's PCs, cementing Microsoft's dominance. His success lay in mastering commercial strategy, embedding Microsoft in every PC through licensing. Yet Gates wasn't flawless. Microsoft's 1,990 seconds antitrust battle over Internet Explorer showed his aggressive tactics alienated the public. This paradox defines tech heroes. They drive progress but invite controversy. Gates' foresight shone later. In 2000, he stepped down as CEO to focus on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, a global leader in health and education. The author sees Gates' shift from tech titan to philanthropist as a model of redefining oneself amid tides. Steve Jobs, the obsessive artist. Unlike Gates' pragmatism, Steve Jobs was an artist driven by passion. His perfectionism made Apple synonymous with innovation. Post-1997, Jobs' return sparked miracles: the 1998 iMac redefined PC design, the 2001 iPod reshaped music, and the 2007 iPhone turned phones into lifestyle hubs. Jobs' mantra, "Make technology warm," drove his focus on user experience. He once demanded engineers shave seconds off the iPhone's boot time, valuing users' time. But his obsession was a double-edged sword, fueling internal conflicts and supplier tensions. The author notes Jobs' genius lay in turning flaws into creativity, though at personal cost. Jobs' 2011 death from pancreatic cancer left a lasting Apple empire. Elon Musk, the gambler of the future. In the third wave, Elon Musk emerges as a new hero. From PayPal's success, he brought internet thinking to cars and space with Tesla and SpaceX. Tesla's Model S is a data-driven platform, while SpaceX's Starship eyes Mars. Musk's gambler spirit shone in 2018 when Tesla neared bankruptcy. He slept in the factory to ensure Model 3 production, turning the tide. The author credits Musk's bets on long-term trends like electric vehicles and space exploration. Yet his brash social media presence, like his 2022 Twitter Now X acquisition, stirs controversy. Musk's boldness is both his strength and his risk. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the dreamers of algorithms. Google's founders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, defined the third wave. In 1998, their Stanford garage startup revolutionized search with the PageRank algorithm. A quirky detail: early Google servers were built with Lego bricks, reflecting their geeky spirit. Their faith in algorithms making information transparent and efficient drove Google's 2004 IPO and dominance in Android, YouTube, and cloud computing. The author sees Google's edge in its data plus algorithm synergy, keeping it ahead in AI. But privacy and monopoly scrutiny in the 2020s pushed Page and Brin to step back, handing the reins to Sundar Pichai. Their story shows even dreamers face real-world limits. 4. Lessons of the Tides, Standing Atop the Waves. The book's greatest gift is its 5 laws of tech tides, a mirror for history and a guide for the future. Law 1. Technology drives, cycles shift. Each wave begins with a technological leap. Transistors birthed computers, the internet transformed communication, and AI is reshaping decisions. The author notes tech cycles last 20 to 30 years: early innovation, mid-stage standards wars, and late-stage application booms. Companies failing to invest early, like Nokia missing touchscreens, get left behind. Intel's 197140004 chip launched the PC era, but its slow pivot to mobile let ARM overtake it. Law 2. Ecosystems rule, platforms win. Tech competition hinges on ecosystems. Apple's iOS, Google's Android, and Amazon's AWS lock in users and developers through network effects. Yahoo's failure to build an ecosystem led to its decline. China's WeChat, from a 2011 messaging app to a super ecosystem with payments and mini programs, shows platform power. Law 3. Humanity endures, innovation persists. Despite tech's rapid change, human desires efficiency, connection, expression drive innovation. Apple tapped into desires for beauty and ease, Google fed information hunger. Spotify's success, with its algorithm-driven music recommendations, blends tech with human emotion. Law 4. Giants fall, disruptors rise. Tech history is littered with fallen giants IBM, Nokia, Yahoo undone by clinging to old models. The Innovator's Dilemma explains this. Big firms prioritize existing profits, missing disruptive innovations. Kodak, a film titan, invented the digital camera in 1975 but shelved it to protect film, leading to its 2012 bankruptcy. Law 5. Long-term vision conquers cycles. Enduring companies embrace long-term thinking. Amazon's Jeff Bezos said, "We're willing to plant a tree and wait for it to grow." AWS's decade-long build made it a digital backbone. China's BYD, focusing on EVs since 2003, overtook Tesla in global sales by the 2020s through persistent investment. A mirror for today, navigating the tides. This book isn't just history, it's a mirror reflecting our era and choices. In 2025, AI like ChatGPT is transforming work and life, but geopolitical tensions and privacy debates cloud the future. How do we find our place in this tide? For companies, the answer is clear: embrace change, build ecosystems, and stay patient. Microsoft's 2023 OpenAI investment and BYD's battery leadership show the power of foresight and strategy. For individuals, the book inspires. Tides are stages for growth. Ruoxi, a coder from a modest university, joined Google in 2010 and rose to lead its AI team by riding the mobile wave. Yet challenges abound. AI threatens jobs, and privacy concerns grow. The author urges a balance: embrace tech to stay irreplaceable but stay critical of its risks. Alan Carter, a UK freelancer, used AI to boost design work but learned data analysis to stay relevant, not replaced. 6. Pearls of Wisdom. The Tides Lessons. 7 quotes distill the book's wisdom for English-speaking listeners. Tech tides are unstoppable, but you can choose your course. Technology is inevitable, but strategy shapes success. Ecosystems trump technology. Platforms outshine products. Network effects are the ultimate weapon. Giants fall when they miss the next wave. Path dependence kills innovation. Humanity is innovation's start and end. Tech serves human desires. Short-term noise fades. Long-term trends endure. Patience unlocks the future. Disruptors rise from the edges. Rulers fall from the center. The innovator's dilemma is universal. Standing atop the tides takes courage and wisdom. Success demands bold yet thoughtful choices. 7. Deeper insights. Culture and ethics in the tides. Beyond tech and business, the book probes culture and ethics. Silicon Valley's innovation thrives on diversity. Google's early team included Russia's Brin, India's Pichai, and China's Kai-Fu Lee. China's Alibaba blended Guangxi culture into e-commerce, with Taobao's chat tool fostering community. But cultural clashes, like TikTok's US scrutiny, highlight tensions in global tech. Ethically, AI's promise better healthcare. Efficiency comes with risks like bias and job loss. Amazon's 2018 AI hiring tool, biased against women, was scrapped, showing the need for societal dialogue on tech's boundaries. Sophia Chen, an ad tech engineer, left to build transparent AI for a nonprofit, proving individuals can shape tech's path. Echoes of history, past and future tides. The book draws wisdom from history while eyeing the future. The author compares ID waves to the 19th century railroad boom, which reshaped logistics but crashed in 1873, much like the 2000 dot-com bust. Crises birth renewal. Railroads standardized logistics. The dot-com crash birthed Google and Amazon. The future, quantum computing, biotech, and blockchain may spark a fourth wave. Google's 2024 quantum breakthrough and Moderna's Myrna vaccines hint at what's next. But risks like inequality, millions jobless due to automation, into 0 to 5 demand inclusive solutions. 9. Conclusion. Ride the waves, write your legend. Reading On Top of Tides feels like sailing through a century of tech storms. From AT&T's phone lines to Google's algorithms, from Jobs' passion to Musk's gambles, each story reveals a truth. Tides are ruthless, but heroes find their stage. In 2025, we stand at the third wave's dawn. AI, quantum computing, biotech are rising. How will they reshape our lives? How will we write our own legends? The author offers no final answers but ignites reflection. Watch trends, embrace change, and find your peak. This book isn't just a record of the past, it's a spark for the future. It shows that tech tides are not just code and chips but a symphony of humanity and dreams. Whether you're a coder, entrepreneur, or everyday worker, this book is a must-read. It reveals that in the tides, everyone can ride the waves to their own summit. Pick up On Top of Tides, step into this tech epic, and discover your own peak.